Hey, Colabcoaching yet again to share some wise words and wisdom for the week. Week number 3 of the Gaslighting series. So excited to get into this week. We're gonna go a little bit deeper. I know the last 2 weeks were very deep, but this one I want to go a little bit deeper to bring it all home before next week's, which is the last week. So the question / thought I have for you this week is why gaslighting is a problem. Why gaslighting is a problem. Now, of course, we know that a gaslighter is bad. We know that being gaslighted is bad. But why gaslighting as a concept is a problem. Now, of course, we will all hope and wish that we have great communication skills, that the person that you are in love with gets you and completely understands you, and you're working on a relationship together to build that relationship together. But sometimes gaslighting will happen. Now, again, I don't want people to start labeling people as a gaslighter, but the concept of gaslighting can happen anywhere, at any time, in a relationship, and it may happen unknowingly. Again, the concept of gaslighting is manipulation, or basically pushing dominance on someone, or making them question if they truly are correct or confident in themselves, and basically imposing your will just to control the relationship with a person. Now, this can happen very easily in a conversation, in an argument, when tempers are high, when immaturity is not there, when maturity is not there to cause immaturity. And all these things could manifest gaslighting. So for me, I have a perfect example of this. I have gaslighted my significant other, and I have gaslighted so multiple times, and the reason why I have gaslighted is because I thought my point was correct, and basically I thought my truth was the only truth, but I had to learn that my truth is just a version of the truth, and it may not be my significant other's truth. I fell short in recognizing that maybe her point of view is important. Maybe her point of view is correct. Maybe her point of view is valid. And instead of me just saying, oh, I just think I'm right in this situation, I just think that there's only one way to see this, it caused gaslighting. I was basically very adamant about me being right, having her question if she was right, and in reality, I made a mistake. I should have literally talked to her and say, well, why do you think this way? Of course, I started a conversation very calm and collective, but then after a while, when you are someone that thinks that they're right and then someone else thinks that they're right, you're gonna clash. Not to say that it was any altercation, but it was a big disagreement, and I had to come back and realize after reflecting. That's why it's always important to reflect before you act and reflect after you act. That I needed to do better. I apologized. I said, hey, I didn't take account of your point of view. I was completely wrong in the situation, and I should have listened to you in the first place instead of reacting based off what you said. And that's the biggest thing that you have to learn, especially in relationships, that you can listen 2 ways. You listen 2 ways, or you can not listen at all. But you can listen in 2 ways. Either you're listening to understand, or you're listening to react. You're listening to respond. Either you're listening to understand, or you're listening to respond. Now, 9 times out of 10, a lot of people fall into the I'm listening to react. I already have my thought in my head that I'm ready to unleash. As soon as that person finishes talking, or not even when they finish talking, I'm ready to react as soon as I got an opening, or they take a breath, or they pause, or they decide to keep going on, and this is my opening to react to what they're saying. And in the heat of the moment, if that's your first reaction, like me, it could be natural. It could be like, okay, I already know what I want to say. I already know what I want to do. Let me impose my will. Let me control this situation. Let me make sure that he or she is questioning if their truth is their truth, because I believe my truth is my truth, and I feel it so much that I do not care what the other person thinks, or if their confidence is low, or their self-esteem is down, or I'm putting doubt into their head. That is something that you have to work on. That is something that I have to work on. And as I just said, It's not perfect. You will not be perfect. You will have those moments when you do gaslight someone that you really do care about. But the difference is, are you being aware of that after the fact, or during, or before you're actually about to gaslight? And are you willing to apologize? That's the biggest thing. You got to know how to apologize when it's important, when it's needed, because you can literally save yourself a lot of arguments, disagreements, and you can save the relationship by owning up to what you're doing and owning up to the mistakes that you have committed. Gaslighting is something that a lot of people do. Gaslighting is something that is going to be there, it's going to be around always, but you have to be aware of you being a gaslighter. If you're that person that's constantly doing this, if you're that person that is constantly causing that lack of confidence in the other person, that constantly is trying to prove your point and impose your will and force that person to bend, to be a bended knee, to literally submit to you, that's when the problem comes. And especially for the gas people who are gaslighted, if you are constantly allowing those situations to happen, just like the example that I gave, my wife was not with it. She was not. She pointed it out directly. You're gaslighting me in this situation, and I had to sit back and say, "Wow, I am." So, but if you're that person that hasn't got that confidence of saying, "I know what this is. I know what's going on here, and I don't like it," you have to seek help as well. You know, be that person to advocate for yourself, that I may need to go speak to a counselor. I may need to go talk to a coach. I may need to study more about what gaslighting is, because maybe this is it. But again, this is up to you, and you have to make that decision. So I just want everybody to be aware that gaslighting can happen whenever. You just have to be aware of the situation and apologize. Simple as that. So to make it even simpler, to get it, to bring it all home, why is gaslighting a problem? Gaslighting is a problem because we all will gaslight. We all will have some type of version of gaslighting in a relationship. The difference between someone being a gaslighter and someone that is gaslighting is that they are willing and open to apologize. For me, for example, I have gaslighted in my relationships with my wife, and I admit that. But I have to apologize and understand that, hey, I don't have to impose my will. I don't have to force the situation. I don't have to always be right. I have to realize that there are other people that are correct, and my truth is my truth, but there's truths that people have as well that they believe is right as well. So you have to realize that you're not always going to get it right all the time. And if you are gaslighting, apologize. If you are being gaslighted, point it out. Simple as that. So if you're struggling with this, I want to make this even simpler. Why is it a problem to gaslight? Why is gaslighting a problem? Gaslighting is a problem because it stops progression in any relationship. You may not want to label yourself as a gaslighter, but you have gaslighted. We have all gaslighted. We have all tried to impose our dominance. We all have maybe imposed our control over a situation, but we have to learn how to apologize and be aware of it. If you are being told that you are gaslighting in a situation, step back, reflect, and realize that, hey, maybe I am doing this, and apologize. If you are the person that has been called a gaslighter, step back, realize that you need to change your ways, get help, because you are only hurting the relationship and yourself by constantly imposing your will that does not need to be imposed. Simple as that. So message me, www.yourcolabcoach.com. Fill out that relationship checklist. Also, I have a free 15-minute coaching session that you can just sign up for. Also, you can email me, the COLAB coaching at gmail.com. So colabcoaching@gmail.com. Facebook Colab Coaching, Instagram Colab Coaching. All my series and all my videos are on YouTube, COLAB Coaching as well. Also, Fresh Eyes Solve Problems Easier, the self-love relationship checklist, book, journey, project, whatever you want to call it. This is for you to learn about how to love yourself more. I wrote this during his publishing website. It's on Barnes & Nobles, Amazon, Lantern Audio as well. I did a whole audio book. It's on Audible as well. Listen to it. Give me a review. Share it with someone else. And let's spread this self-love, and learning how to love is important. So thank you so much for listening and watching. Have a wonderful day, and be safe out there. Bye.